Okay, hello my dear students. So today again I have come with a beautiful story, The Hundred Dresses, first part with the continuation. So in the previous class we have learned that the main character or the protagonist of the story is Wanda Petronsky, who was a poor young Polish girl, and she used to live in American Town, and she used to read in a school in American Town with other children, and there used to be treated very differently by her friends, and she was continuously absent on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Though on Monday and Tuesday nobody noticed, but on Wednesday, two of the classmates named Peggy and Madeline, they noticed that Wanda was absent in the school, and she used to sit at the back bench of the last row, and where the naughty and notorious types of students used to sit, who didn't have any interest or who didn't score well in studies. But Peggy and Madeline, they used to sit in the front benches of the class of the classroom. Okay, so what was the connection? And we learned that Peggy and Madeline, they noticed on Wednesday because actually they were waiting for Wanda just to have fun with her. Now fun with her means, I have told you, not in the sense to enjoy fun moment with Wanda, but to have fun moment by making fun of Wanda, by mocking Wanda or by ridiculing Wanda. They just seek the pleasure by ridiculing or by making fun of Wanda. Okay, so I am starting the next part. Wanda Petronsky. Most of the children in room 13 didn't have names like that. They had names easy to say, like Thomas, Smith, or Allen. There was one boy named Bounce, Willie Bounce, and people thought that was funny, but not funny in the same way that Petronsky was. Wanda didn't have any friends. She came to school alone and went home alone. She always wore a faded blue dress that didn't hang right. It was clean, but it looked as though it had never been ironed properly. She didn't have any friends, but a lot of girls talked to her. Sometimes they surrounded her in the schoolyard as she stood watching the little girls play hopscotch on the worn hard ground. So, most of the children in room 13 didn't have names like that. Wanda Petronsky, the name was something different. The name itself was different because most of the children in room 13 was the number of their classroom. That means most of the children in that class, they had a very common name like Thomas, Smith, or Allen. Even it happens to us also. Whenever we hear any uncommon name, we just say what means, it just grabs our attention. So Wanda Petronsky, the name was itself was a very uncommon name, and people thought that was funny. Okay, there was one boy named Bounce, Willie Bounce, and even people thought that name was funny, but not funny in the same way that Petronsky was. Okay, so both the names were funny, Willy Bounce, but the name of Petronsky was even more funny for the students or for the children of that class. Wanda didn't have any friends. She came to school alone and went home alone. That we can understand that she didn't have any friend in the school. She always wore a faded blue dress that didn't hang right. Even her dress was not maintained properly. It was clean, the dress was clean, but it looked that it had never been ironed properly. She didn't have any friends, but a lot of girls talked to her. That means we can understand the meaning that she didn't have any friend, but a lot of girls used to talk to her just to make fun of her. Sometimes they surrounded her in the schoolyard as she stood watching the little girls play hopscotch on the worn hard ground. Schoolyard means the open space, the playground. Okay, the open space, the cemented area of the ground is called this yard. Okay, so she was surrounded by the girls in the schoolyard when she used to watch the little girls playing hopscotch. Hopscotch is a type of game in which children hop into and over squares marked on the ground. Okay, so Wanda, Peggy would say in a most courteous manner, as though she were talking to Miss Mason. Wanda, she would say, giving one of her friends a nudge, tell us, how many dresses did you say you had hanging up in your closet? So, while their recess or while the relaxed time when Wanda, as she didn't have any friends, she just used to go to the schoolyard and she just enjoyed seeing the little girls playing hopscotch. At that time, she was surrounded by the other girls, and Peggy would say in a most courteous manner, courteous means very polite and respectful tone. Peggy would say, as if she was talking to Miss Mason. Miss Mason was their teacher, as if she was talking to Miss Mason in that polite and respectful tone. Peggy used to say Wanda, and she just used to give a nudge to her friends. Nudge means a gentle push. Now, from this gesture, we can understand that this courteous manner was actually a pretension, was actually a hypocrisy. She was not showing respect in a proper term. Actually, she was trying to pull Wanda's legs. Okay, actually, she was trying to make fun of her. Actually, she was trying to humiliate her and insult her. That way, she was just ironically um, saying in a courteous manner, giving nudge to her friends, and she just asked Wanda, how many dresses did you say you had hanging up in your closet? Closet means the cupboard or the wardrobe or almira. Okay, so how many dresses do you have, did you say? 100, Wanda would say. Now Wanda's answer would be that 100 dresses she was having. 100, exclaimed all the little girls incredulously, and the little ones would stop playing hopscotch and listen. Incredulously means showing unwillingness to believe. Obviously, it was quite obvious that from her answer, everyone was surprised and they would just exclaim 100. And the little girls, incredulously, they would stop playing hopscotch and they would listen. Yeah, 100, all lined up, said Wanda. Then her thin lips drew together in silence. What are they like? All silk, I bet, said Peggy. Yeah, all silk, all colors. Velvet too? Yeah, velvet too. 100 dresses, Wanda would repeat stolidly. All lined up in my closet. Now, from this very conversation, we can understand that this was nothing but a gesture or a trial to humiliate, an effort to humiliate Wanda. All the friends, uh, all the classmates, and all the girls, and Peggy mainly just tried to insult and humiliate Wanda. And Wanda used to say that she was having 100 dresses all lined up in her closet. And when asked what are the types of clothes, she used to reply that yeah, they were all made of silk and of all different colors. And she was having velvet dresses too. Wanda would repeat stolidly. Stolidly means not showing any feeling. That means indifferently. She was very indifferent in her response and reply. All lined up in my closet. Then they would let her go, and then before she would gone very far, they couldn't help bursting into shrieks and peals of laughter. And when Wanda, before she would gone very far, they couldn't help bursting into shrieks. Shrieks means screaming and shoutings of laughter, loud noise of laughter, shrieks and peals of laughter. That means they were happy after humiliating Wanda, because they didn't believe at all that Wanda was having 100 dresses at all. They didn't believe. Yet they used to ask her repeatedly, and Wanda used to give the same reply and same response. And after humiliating in such way, they just enjoyed themselves, and it was a matter of fun for them, and they enjoyed this after humiliating or after insulting Wanda. 100 dresses. Obviously, the only dress Wanda had was the blue one she wore every day. So, why did she say she had 100? What a story! How many shoes did you say you had? 60 pairs, all lined up in my closet. Cries of exaggerated politeness greeted this. All alike? Oh no, every pair is different, all colors, all lined up. Again, she was asked how many pairs of shoes she was having, and she replied that she was having 60 pairs. And they all knew that it was a fabricated story. It was not at all real. It was not at all the truth, because Wanda was having. They were seeing that Wanda used to wear only one school uniform, only one blue faded dress. And then how can she claim that she is having 100 dress? Of course, this is a fabricated lie or a fabricated story. Even after knowing that, they used to ask just for the sake of humiliation, just to insult her. Peggy, who had thought up this game, and Maddie, her inseparable friend, were always the last to leave. Finally, Wanda would move up the street, her eyes dull and her mouth closed, hitching her left shoulder every now and then in the funny way she had, finishing the walk to school all alone. Now, Peggy and Maddie, they were inseparable friends. Inseparable means those who cannot be separated. Those who cannot be separated, or those who cannot be separable. Okay. So they were the last to leave the school, and Wanda, after being humiliated and insulted, she just went with her dull eyes and mouth closed in a funny way, hitching her shoulder every now and then, finishing the walk to school alone. Peggy was not really cruel. She protected small children from bullies, and she cried for hours if she saw an animal mistreated. If anybody had said to her, "Don't you think that this is a cruel way to treat Wanda?" she would have been very surprised. Cruel? Why did the girl say she had 100 dresses? Anybody could tell that that was a lie. Why did she want to lie? And she wasn't just an ordinary person. Else, why did she have a name like that? Anyway, they never made her cry. Now, this is also in a sarcastic tone. It is said that Peggy was not really cruel. Even after doing all this, it is said in a sarcastic tone that she was not really cruel. Why? Because she protected small children from bullies. What is the meaning of bullies? Bullies means those who use their strength or power to frighten weaker people. Now, if you show your power to frighten the weaker one, then that action is called bullying someone. That means you are bullying someone with your power. Okay, and this is a very bad thing to do. So she protected small children from being bullied or from bullies, and she cried for hours if she saw an animal mistreated. Now, how can a girl who always protected small children from bullies and who cannot see even an animal being mistreated, okay, so how can a girl like that can do this? Because she herself was bullying. This is an action of bullying Wanda Petronsky. They all bullied Wanda Petronsky. They just used to show their power, their status, and they bullied Wanda Petronsky. She herself protected children from bullies, but she herself was bullying Wanda. She cried seeing animal mistreated, being mistreated, but she was mistreating Wanda Petronsky herself. And if anybody used to say that it was a cruel thing to do, then she would justify by saying that how this can be cruel, because this girl is telling a lie. She is telling a lie that she is having 100 dress. And she is not an ordinary person, because her name is not ordinary. Now, this is a very good reason that her name is not ordinary, so we have the right to bully her. She is not an ordinary person, she is not an ordinary girl, so we have all the right to bully her. How stupid judgment to give and how stupid reason to give. Okay. Anyway, they never made her cry. As for Maddie, this business of asking Wanda every day how many dresses and how many hats and how many this and that she had was bothering her. Maddie was poor herself. She usually wore somebody's hand me down clothes. Thank goodness she didn't live up on boggin sites or have a funny name. Now, Maddie was not feeling very good by humiliating Wanda. She was not feeling good. In her heart, she knew that this was not the right thing to do because she herself belonged to a poor background and she herself used to wear somebody's hand me down clothes. Hand me down means old clothes handed down by someone else. That means she used to wear someone else's used clothes. So she could identify herself with Wanda. She was very well aware of the problems of Wanda Petronsky because her situation was almost similar. Thank God that she didn't live on boggin sites or she didn't have such a funny name like Wanda. Otherwise, she would have been in the similar condition just like Wanda Petronsky. So she could very well identify herself with Wanda Petronsky, and that's why she knew that this was not the right thing to do. Sometimes, when Peggy was asking Wanda those questions in that mocking, polite voice, Maddie felt embarrassed and studied the marbles in the palm of her hand, rolling them around and saying nothing herself. Not that she felt sorry for Wanda exactly. She would never have paid any attention to Wanda if Peggy hadn't invented the dresses game. But suppose Peggy and all the others started in on her next. She wasn't as poor as Wanda, perhaps, but she was poor. Of course, she would have more sense than to say she had 100 dresses. Still, she would not like for them to begin on her. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Wanda Petronsky. Now Maddie didn't enjoy when Peggy used to ask Wanda the question in that mocking polite voice. She just tried to avoid those parts and that's why she just studied or started to count the marbles in her palm, rolling them around because she didn't want to be a part of this. Not because of that she felt sorry for Wanda exactly. She would never have paid any attention to Wanda if Peggy hadn't invented this dresses game. But suppose Peggy and all the others started in on her next. She was having a consciousness in her mind that she might be the next target of Peggy and the other girls. Today is the turn of Wanda Petronsky. Who knows that it is her turns next. So in that case, that's why she was very worried and bothered and she didn't want to be a part of it. Though she knew that she wasn't poor like Wanda, but uh, of course she would have more sense. She would never say that she was having 100 dresses. Still, she would not like for them to begin on her. She would not at all enjoy this thing to be done with her. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Wanda Petronsky. I'm repeating the thing that Maddie could identify herself or empathize herself. Empathize means to understand someone's problem by identifying oneself in his or her situation. Just to identify your own self to another person is called empathize. Okay, when we just try to think that if I were in his position or if I were in her position, that is called empathize. Okay, so Maddie actually empathized and identified herself with Wanda Petronsky, and that's why she didn't want to be a part of this mockery or insulting. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed up to this. Your concept is clear. So, this is all for today. Okay, we will meet in the next class with the rest of the part. Till then, bye and thank you.